I told my daughter there's no way she'd attend her wedding if her biological father was invited, but she tells me I'm stuck in the past. Hi, everyone. I'm really hoping to get some advice or a perspective on something that's been weighing heavily on me. This is going to be a long one, so I appreciate you sticking with me. About 24 years ago, I was sexually assaulted by a close friend. The aftermath was devastating. I became pregnant, and at the time, I was about 20 weeks along. Where I lived, abortion after the first trimester was illegal, and I felt trapped and terrified. I was inconsolable for months. My husband, then just my partner, was my rock. I don't know how I would have survived that period without him. He gave me options. I could give the baby up for adoption, or we could raise her as our own. I chose to keep her. I decided that raising this child with him, like our other children, was the best path. I am half Polish, half German, and he's half German, half Russian. We're both tall and fair-skinned. Our daughter Luna is very different. She has dark hair and moreno skin, and she's about 160 centimeters tall. When she was young, people would make cruel comments suggesting I'd been unfaithful because she didn't resemble my husband. That was hard, especially since she reminded me so painfully of the man who had assaulted me. Because of this, my husband often took the primary caregiving role. He wanted to protect me from panic attacks and bad memories triggered by Luna's appearance or clothing. I often struggled seeing her in short hair or dressed in boys' clothing. I was too traumatized to handle it, and my husband stepped in. He also provided Luna with some privileges from time to time to make things easier for me. We never told Luna that she was a product of sexual assault. I was too ashamed, and we didn't want her to feel different from her siblings. I would tell her her biological father and I had a falling out, and that was the end of it. For years, that was our version of reality. 2 years ago, she did a DNA test and discovered a relative connected her to her biological father. Despite my protests, she started talking to him. Eventually, he wanted to speak with me, but I refused. I made it very clear that we should never be in the same room. Now, Luna is getting married. Some COVID restrictions were lifted so she could have a proper wedding. The original plan was for my husband to walk her down the aisle, but he suffered an accident and is now in a wheelchair temporarily. Luna decided, against our wishes, to invite her biological father to walk her down the aisle instead. This man is the one who assaulted me. He disregarded my husband completely, saying he wouldn't fit the wedding vibe. I was furious. I made it clear that I would not attend if he were present. Luna accused me of being stuck in the past. I told her she didn't know what happened and had no right to force me into the same space as him. I explained my feelings. I love her. I respect her choices, but I refuse to be around her biological father. Update 1. Many people asked why I hadn't told Luna about her conception. The truth is, I felt ashamed. The assault came from someone I considered a friend, someone whose family had been close to mine. Society, even my own family, would have judged me harshly. The man who assaulted me had a strong reputation, and I couldn't fight against that perception. When I found out I was pregnant, societal pressure made me feel I had no choice but to bury it and move forward with my husband. After reading your advice, I decided to stop running from the past and tell Luna everything. I called her home. She arrived, and I apologized for my earlier outburst, explaining that in my mind, it wasn't an innocent suggestion to invite him. I told her everything, from my friendship with him, the assault, and the pregnancy. At first, she didn't believe me. She wanted to confirm with him directly. I told her to take all the time she needed to process the truth. Later, she came back crying and apologizing for doubting me. We hugged and cried together. It felt therapeutic. and I finally felt closer to her. A few days later, she wanted to surprise me. She invited me to a small restaurant with a private patio. When I arrived, her biological father was there. Panic flooded me instantly. I lost my balance and had a full-blown panic attack. My eldest son had to pick me up because I couldn't drive. Update 2. My daughter admitted she wanted me to get used to him because she expected me to walk her down the aisle with my husband and do the father-daughter dance. I made it very clear I would not be where he was. My husband supports me fully, and I do not want to attend her wedding under those circumstances. I also sought therapy. For the first time, I felt confident seeking professional help. My therapist validated my feelings and encouraged me to communicate openly with my other children. I have 3 other children, a 30-year-old son, a 27-year-old daughter, and another 27-year-old son. My oldest son had a slight idea of what happened, the others did not. I invited them for dinner and shared the whole story. They were silent at first, then expressed anger toward my youngest daughter and her biological father for how she handled everything. My husband also stepped in to support me. Update 3. My youngest daughter came to my house crying one day. I let her in, worried about her safety with her biological father. She apologized for not believing me initially. She explained that her father had told her the situation had been consensual, attempting to rewrite history. This was terrifying for both of us. We discussed next steps and decided to proceed cautiously. Update 4. A couple of weeks later, Luna told her father she wanted nothing more to do with him. She blocked him, and thankfully, he hasn't contacted her since. She purchased security cameras for extra protection. She attempted to reconcile with her ex-fiancé, but he was understandably hesitant. I refused to get involved, advising her to seek therapy. Update 5. Unfortunately, her biological father showed up at her house, refusing to leave. My husband confronted him, insisting he was not welcome. He managed to remove him from the property without incident. We contacted a lawyer to pursue a restraining order. Update 6. We obtained the restraining order. Her father has not returned, and her brothers are actively involved in protecting her. I wish Luna had not opened this Pandora's box, but sometimes life brings unforeseen challenges.